Maleah didn't have to die. That little girl did not have to die. There was too much going on inside that house that child could have been saved. That child was being physically abused and physically tortured in that house, and they were covering it up. That poor child did not have to die. It's a damn shame that her mother chose a man over her own daughter.
Okay, everybody, this is where they found the body of 4-year-old Maleah Davis out of Houston, Texas, here in Fulton, Arkansas, right off of I-30, exit 18. She was last seen on May the 30th, 2019, going into the house with her stepfather, Derion Vence, and she was reported missing on May the 4th, 2019. She was found in these woods inside of a black trash bag because a mowing crew seen it, and they also smelled a foul odor coming from that trash bag. And the search was in Houston, Texas for Maleah Davis, but they did not find her at all. Come to find out, the stepfather, Derion Vence, drove hundreds of miles away to dump her body in these woods right here. As you guys can see here, this is a very big area. You can dump somebody off in these woods right here, and they can become missing for years or maybe even months. But if it wasn't for the mowing crew seeing her body in that trash bag or smelling that foul odor, who knows? Maybe her remains will be still missing today. But the stepfather told a local activist, Cornell X, about where he dumped her body at. And he told the activist that he dumped her body on the side of the road in some woods in Fulton, Arkansas, right off of I-30. And they also named this bridge right here after her, this overpass right here, Maleah Davis Memorial Bridge. I'll show you guys a picture of it right here in this video here. This bridge is named after her. This is the story of Maleah Davis. In her first 4 years, Maleah had experiences unlike others her age. She'd undergone brain surgeries to treat an injury and also had been removed from her home by Child Protective Services. Bowen say her daughter fell from a table and suffered a deep gash on her head when she rushed her to the hospital. Doctors discharged her without performing a CT scan, she says. 5 days later, Maleah suffered a seizure and had to undergo surgery when she was hospitalized. After the doctors operated on her, Child Protective Services removed her and her two brothers from their home over reports of abuse. According to the Texas Department of Family Protective Services, a judge ordered their return home. They didn't find anything because we're not those kind of people, Bowen said. Houston Police Sergeant Mark Holbrook said that Maleah had multiple brain surgeries, including one in recent months. Now the question is, if the CPS found signs of abuse inside of the home of Maleah Davis, why did CPS release these children right back into the home of their abusers, Brittany Bowens and also Derion Vence? Why? It does not make sense. The first red flag is when Maleah Davis had surgery. The mother said that she fell from a table, and she, had to go get surgery. And she had a seizure. The young girl is already going through it inside of this home because the parents allegedly was abusing her. And y'all are going to release these children right back into the hands of these people? Come on now. Now, CPS sometimes does not care anything about these children. They know that these children are going through abuse inside these homes, and they will still release these children right back into the homes of these abusers, the parents or their loved ones. It does not matter. What I mean is the parents or their kinfolks. But anyway, it seemed like Maleah Davis and her stepfather, Derion Vence, had a pretty good relationship with each other. At least that's how it looked on pictures and videos. But looks can be deceiving. But not knowing the whole time that Derion Vence did not care about Maleah Davis. He could not stand her. He's an evil-hearted man. Lied to the media like he did not know what was going on. And also, people were upset at the mother of Maleah Davis, saying all type of hateful things to her. Also, they were saying that she needed to go to jail and etc. I mean, they were upset about how Maleah Davis' mother was handling the whole situation. They said that she was not acting like she was upset at all. I mean, people had so many different things to say about Brittany Bowens, Maleah Davis' mother. Now, I cannot tell a person how to grieve at all. The mother had already went through bereavement in her family by losing her father because she went to Massachusetts for a memorial service for her father, allegedly. And she had to come back home to her daughter missing and come to find out that her daughter was dead. What a shame.
What did he do with Maleah? The bottom line.
Do you have any insight on where she may be?
And the main thing right now that all of us want to know is what did he do with Maleah?
Maleah's mom, Brittany, showed up in court this morning. She didn't say a word. Quanell X suggested they know where Vence left Maleah.
We have ideas. We have ideas, yes. And I've been speaking with Texas EquiSearch, and I gave the information to Texas EquiSearch, and I know they're searching the area.
But the community is growing anxious. Protesters in court visibly angry at Maleah's mother, chanting she didn't do enough to save her daughter.
I believe that she's guilty because a mother is going to protect her child. Any means necessary. She's just as worse as he is in my eyes.
It's now been 8 days since Maleah was reported missing. Detectives found Maleah's blood in the family home, have photos of Vence leaving the home with a laundry basket and a large black trash bag, and then found that basket and this gas can in the back of the car he reported stolen. All disturbing pieces of the puzzle, but Maleah still nowhere to be found.
For right now, I'm supporting my family, and I'm going to be here every court appearance. They're going to see my face. Y'all are going to see my face until this is over, until she's in jail and he's in jail, because that's what they both deserve.
Maleah's mother, Brittany Bowens, dated Vence for years, and they share a toddler's son together. She had gone out of town when she left her daughter under his care. When Vence reported her missing on May the 4th, he told detectives that he had been attacked by an unknown man earlier that day, while on the way to the airport to pick up Bowens along with Maleah and his son. He says he pulled over to the side of the road to check a flat tire on his Nissan Altima, and the man approached them and beat him up until he passed out, according to the police. About 24 hours later, he woke up to find the little girl missing and his face bloodied up, and he walked to a nearby hospital with his son, he told detectives.
Girl in Houston, a spokesperson for the mother of Maleah Davis, making graphic abuse claims against her stepfather. Police who first interviewed him say he kept changing his story about what happened, and now new surveillance images just out. Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, a spokesman for the mother of missing 4-year-old Maleah Davis making chilling new allegations, claiming Maleah's stepfather was physically abusive toward the child.
We need the truth about what happened to young Maleah to come out.
Sources say this image from a surveillance camera shows Maleah's stepfather, Derion Vence, leaving home on Friday with a laundry basket carrying a plastic bag. And they say the next night he's seen walking into a hospital after he claims he woke up on the side of the road and Maleah was gone. Vence told police he was driving Maleah and her baby brother to pick up their mother at the airport when 3 men pulled up in a blue pickup truck.
One of them makes a comment saying that Maleah looks very nice, looks very sweet.
Vence claiming he was beaten, but officers say his story changed several times. His car found abandoned just yesterday. Maleah was removed from the home after a head injury last summer, but returned in February. Child Services says the family was being monitored. Today, Maleah's mother pressed on why she is only now sharing these allegations.
This mother has suffered a lot of abuse in her life.
Tom, police have not commented on those allegations. The search for Maleah is a race against time. She requires constant medical care after multiple brain surgeries for that head injury.
Now, the question that you may be asking right now is, was the biological father of Maleah Davis involved in her life? And the answer to that question is, yes, he was involved in her life. Craig Davis is the biological father of Maleah Davis. Now, in a court hearing, the biological father of Maleah Davis, Craig Davis, said that he came by the home one day to check on his daughter. And Derion Vence refused to let him inside the home because he said that Maleah Davis had the flu and he did not want the father to get sick at all. Now, when I think about this, I say this right here to myself. There's no way in the world that a man or a woman, I don't care who it is, you are not going to stop me from seeing my child. Now, me and the stepfather would have just had it out that day. I mean, there's no way in the world that I would have just walked away without seeing my child. I mean, we finna fight, we finna do whatever. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, because I do not know what this man is doing to my child. He could be touching her, he could be abusing her, who knows? But I'm gonna see my child one way or the other. But anyway, the case began to get kind of fishy. And Cornell X, the activist that was a spokesperson for the mother, Brittany Bowens, began to get frustrated and look at the mother kind of sideways, saying to herself, you know, something is not right, because why would you even leave your child in the care of this guy? Why? He was supposed to be taking your daughter to daycare, but he was not doing that at all. What was he even doing with your child?
The police have talked about the evidence in the apartment. Bleach, blood in the apartment, linked to Maleah. Everything seems to point to this man harming your daughter. Have you grasped that reality?
Still processing. Still processing that. It's hard for me to think about.
So, I want to ask you something, because you have brought this up in interviews. And this is a touchy subject. You have said in interviews that there was abuse in the home and Brittany was afraid to reveal it because she was afraid. You have put that out there.
Let me say this to you. My number one obligation is not to the stepfather, it's not to Brittany. My number one obligation is to that beautiful child right there, Maleah. Justice for her is the priority. Where she is the priority. Everybody else are adults. They have to stand on their own 2 feet and answer for whatever they've done. But that child is the priority. And let me be straight with you. This man has to answer. He has to answer for what happened before she came up missing. He has to answer for that, because there's a lot more here. This mother had no idea that this child was leaving the house with him in the morning. He's saying, I'm taking the child to daycare, but only later to learn from the investigation from both HPD and us that he was bringing the child back home sometimes with him. What is your purpose to tell this mother while she's going to class or she's going to work, Maleah's at daycare, yeah, I took her to school, but come to find out she's at home with you? Why would you lie and say she's at daycare, but have her in the house with you? the very day that she went to the airport, picked up by her friend. She leaves out the house believing Maleah is at the daycare and didn't even know he had snuck her back in the house as she walking out the door. What you doing, brother? What are you doing to this child?
Are you saying there was abuse?
Hell yeah, I'm saying there's abuse. And there's a whole lot more.
And you're saying...
But let me say this.
And you're saying that Brittany was not aware.
Let me say this.
I want to be clear.
She was not aware of a lot that was going on.
You were not aware.
But one thing I am going to do, because right now the priority is still finding Maleah. I'm going to say a lot more before it's over. And I'm going to point directly to the facts of it. But I want to first find Maleah.
We can all understand that. Brittany, you've been talking to police, I understand. How often do you talk to them?
Every other day.
Every other day?
Whenever they have an update.
Have they given you information, new information?
No.
Any new details?
No, I've asked.
Are they still questioning you about Derion Vence?
They'll ask me questions about information, like his card information or accounts and stuff like that.
Credit card? Okay. So you talk to police every other day. You're still talking to them?
Of course.
Have you talked to Derion Vence since he was arrested?
No.
Has he tried to reach out to you?
No.
Do you plan to visit him?
No.
You're done?
Yes.
Derion was arrested, I believe, at his brother's house. Have you talked to his brother?
Next question.
Have you talked to any of his family members?
We have spoken to the brother. Yes.
Both of you? And
that's how he was really arrested. But we'll talk about that more. But we have talked with the brother, and that's actually what helped play a role in getting him arrested.
Can you say what was said?
No, not right now. But I do believe for a fact they were helping him hide out. And I do believe that a few of them know a whole lot more of what really went down with Maleah than what they've said.
Brittany, I know this is a tough question, but I have to ask. You've been vilified in social media. You've been followed. You've been harassed. People think you are partly to blame for what happened. What do you say to those people?
People are entitled to their own opinions. I remember looking at situations and being on the outside looking in, doing exactly what they're doing to me. I know my truth. And I love my child. And can nobody take that from me, no matter how they feel. I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I am, and nobody is. How dare you?
The family of Maleah's father, the Davis family, says you knew what was going on in the home and you failed to protect your daughter.
Move on from that. Don't answer that. Move on from that.
You can't answer that.
No, that goes into CPS. Move on from that.
We got a lot of questions on Facebook from viewers. People wanted to know, why did you leave your kids with Derion Vence when you went to your father's memorial?
I didn't pay for my ticket. My aunt did.
So you're saying you couldn't afford to take them with you?
Exactly.
Could you not have placed them with other family members? Your mother, an aunt?
My aunt doesn't live here.
What about the Davis family?
The Davis family, Peyton went. Maleah could have went too.
And why didn't she?
They should have asked for her. I didn't even know that they wanted to come get Pey. They told me last minute.
So when you left, you had no concern that Vence could or would harm your child?
No.
And you also got to understand, she's dealing with the death of her father. She's dealing with trying to get out of town to get to the services for her father. She's dealing with the stress of all of them trying to raise funds from here to Massachusetts to take care of the services of her father, because that was a test for the family to get the father buried. So she's going through all of that, and you know, hindsight is 20/20. I guarantee you, had she known some of the things that we've later learned, I don't believe this mother would have left that child with him one split second. But a lot of what was going on, she didn't know.
Your other children are no longer in your care. Do you think that's fair to you?
No.
Are you able to talk to them?
No.
Can't even visit them? Do your other children know that Maleah is missing?
I don't know.
They're staying with other family members, correct?
Yes.
And you're not allowed to visit them?
I can't talk about this. This is all
Yeah, this
CPS
is CPS
related.
stuff,
I don't,
right.
please, I don't
Yeah,
want to talk
this is-
about that.
Yeah, but she's had no contact.
All that is CPS related.
She's had no contact.
Just a couple more questions. Volunteers have been out looking for your daughter. It doesn't look good. They've come up with nothing. Have you accepted the possibility that Maleah is no longer alive?
Let's move on to the next question, man.
I know it's tough, but that is something you have to live with every day. I'm sure you have thought about this.
I have thought about it. I don't want to accept it.
You don't want to accept it. I think every parent in America would agree with you. We all hope that she is found and that she's okay. But she may not be.
She may not.
What's next for you?
I haven't thought about it.
Are you working? Are you able to work? Are you
You know, everything for her right now is just stuck on where's Maleah. You know, it's kind of hard to talk about where you go from here when she's yet to have closure about where's Maleah. And until she gets that closure in her life, in her mind, in her heart, about what actually happened to her daughter and where her daughter is, there's never really closure. I think the only thing she can do at that point is survive. And that's what she's doing right now, just surviving, hoping to get some answers about where Maleah is.
Brittany, I thank you for your time. Good.